So, Iwai is in a very similar boat to Takemi in that he was one of the first characters revealed for Persona 5, period. His reveal didn't get as much immediate praise like Takemi's did.
Oh yeah, of course not, because that's not a waifu. You gotta be a waifu for people to really look at you.
Yeah, a lot of people compared him to Junpei at first. Like, what the fuck happened to you, Junpei?
Start drinking, dude.
He would never do that.
You're right, he so wouldn't.
Yeah.
Start doing meth, dude.
Yeah, that's better. But the fact that they revealed him so early did draw me to him when I first played Persona 5. And as soon as I could, I jumped straight into his social or company.
Yeah, like he visibly looked cool, and I think he did a good job of kind of capturing that aesthetic of like, this is what Persona 5 is going to be about. This is the man that sells you guns. And he's so cool, and he looks kind of shady.
Yeah.
And I love any link that has to do with, like, a shady motherfucker. Like the monk in Persona 3, or the devil in Persona 4, or this guy. Even though he's really not a shady dude, he's just got kind of a rough past.
I don't know, even now he's pretty shady.
Yeah, he seems like he's got secrets.
Yeah. And that's kind of how his Confidant starts. He hands you a bag with a real fake gun in there.
Real fake gun, real fake doors.
It immediately catches your attention. And the fact that you need a lot of courage to confront him about it kind of makes you form this mental image about him. Really.
Yeah, that he's somebody that is not to be fucked with in the slightest.
It hypes him up. He is the Hanged Man Confidant, and this is a arcana that you've liked in the past.
I've liked the Hangman a lot. I think most people like Maiko's link. She's like the little girl. A lot of people don't like the link with the Hangman from Persona 4. I think his name was Naoki?
Yeah.
He's Saki's brother, and a lot of people either don't do that link or kind of shit on it. I like it. I think it's pretty well written and nice. So the Hangman has been pretty good for me. And Persona 5 continues that trend by having another good, Hangman.
I've always been neutral about the Hangman. I thought that Naoki was handled really well in Persona 4, but I can't for the life of me remember if he was even in Persona 4, the animation.
I think he might have been one of those guys that shows up for, a frame in the background.
But he's a fucking social link.
Yeah.
They dedicated time to fucking the Temperance.
Stepmom. Yeah.
Iwai was a huge step up in just memorability to me. His Confidant has a lot of really good set pieces and a lot of good setups. So why don't you start us off here?
Okay, so like you said earlier, he gives you the bag that has the real fake gun in it, and you go and talk to him, and he's like, yeah, you like that real fake gun, don't you? It's like, I'll give you a discount and let you do crazy shit with the real fake guns if you work for me. So you're like, all right. And slowly you learn about this guy's shady past, how he was in the Yakuza, and how he's got this fucking gecko tattoo. His son is his mom was a crack whore or something who just gave him up.
No, she was going to sell it.
Yeah, she was gonna just sell him.
Sell this baby for crack money.
Yeah, just sell the baby for crack money.
Was it crack in the original Japanese?
I have no idea. I don't remember if it was even crack in the fucking dub.
That's just
what
was crack in
the
dub. I'm just curious if Japan also has a crack problem, or if it was some weird Japanese drug that us gaijin wouldn't understand. The son is an adopted child, and I think Kaoru is just a shit kid. He is the most uninteresting character ever.
When Iwai was describing him, I was expecting a small child to come in, and then comes in this fucking kid that's my age. And I was like, wait, okay, shit.
And he's just Kaoru is so completely uninteresting.
Yeah, he's really not a very exciting character. This is jumping ahead a bit, but when he learns that his dad was in the Yakuza, he really doesn't have that much to say about it. He's just kind of I don't care.
It's because he's not an actual child. It's because he's a teenager who
didn't develop a personality.
Yeah, painfully uninteresting.
Yeah.
And they could have done a lot more with him, but this isn't Kaoru's Confidant. Kaoru's Confidant would be the fucking worst.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. I like the idea of the Confidant kind of talking about their relationship, after he finds out that his mom was a crack whore. I think there could have been another, little rank involving that. But yeah, otherwise the kid is horrifically not interesting.
At the end, when it all comes together and Ohana means family, or Gecko means family, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's it's a good message. The kid just doesn't seal the deal.
Yeah.
Like, Iwai is super interesting and has such a cool past and, like, actively does neat things. So that makes up for it.
The villain of Iwai's Confidant, Suda or Suna or whatever, I couldn't take him seriously as a Confidant villain.
There's actually 2 villains in it, basically.
Yeah, but there's the one that you go in and, like, change the heart of, and then there's the other one who comes in at the end. The one that you change the heart of didn't seem all that threatening to me.
Yeah, like, he's really not threatening, but the part where he whips out a real gun is like, oh shit. Like, that wouldn't happen in, like, a Persona 4 socially.
Yeah. That was a tense moment, but everything else about him just screamed fuck up to me. Like, the reason... Alright, so Iwai's making a lot of real fake guns for this guy. And the reason why he's making them is because he needs a lot of fake guns because he was supposed to make a 100 million yen deal with the Hong Kong Mafia for a bunch of guns. And that deal fell through. So he's trying to, like, go to Iwai to try to get a bunch of fake guns. I don't see what the big problem here is, honestly.
I mean, I guess the problem is he's gonna get fucking killed if he shows up with nothing. It'd be better to show up with the fake guns.
No, I mean, I don't see what the problem is with just giving him the fake guns. Like, he's not going to, like, commit any bigger crimes.
Well, Iwai's gonna lose a lot of money. Like, that's the issue at the end of the day.
Yeah, but at the end, he still made those guns. And then you just take the guns apart. So what's the end goal there with disassembling the guns?
I guess they're gonna sell them for parts
Sell the
or
parts?
something? I don't know. They're gonna sell the parts, but not the actual assembled weaponry.
Iwai himself is a great character, but everyone around him is just either uninteresting or non-threatening. They aren't delivering what they're supposed to be doing to me. The moment where the Yakuza member whips out a gun on Iwai, that's a strong moment, but it's prefixed with the fact that I fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that can kind of work in its own way. Like, this guy is such a fuck up that he's gonna do some really stupid shit that's actually detrimental.
Kind of like another Persona 5 character. I get what you're saying, but I don't see as big of a reason. It's only when he pulls the gun out that you actually need to change this guy's heart. And that's just because he pulled a gun out and threatened people. But everything up until that, he was not a real issue. This is me being a dumb American with my Second Amendment rights. But I don't see the big problem with the fake guns existing.
The problem is just that they look so real that they could easily pass for real weaponry. Like, that's a whole little subplot that's going on in EY's shit, is that he could be in some real hot shit if people find out about the really real looking fake guns he's got. Because they're nuts in Japan about their guns. Like, you can't go around waving something that's, like, obviously fake. They'll probably be like, stop.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel it's something that may have worked a lot better in the original Japanese, at least that aspect of it. Because for my American eyes, this looks like fuck-ups talking to fuck-ups, and EY is also there. There's a lot of confrontations in EY's Confidant, and I felt that was something really strong. I always felt like EY was going to do a sick tackle animation.
Yeah, he should have. He should have beaten the shit out of somebody.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Yeah, like, when the guy's holding a fucking knife, I was expecting EY to tackle him. When the guy pulls out a gun, EY tackled. Also, unlike most of the Persona 5 Confidants, you actually take care of his Confidant villain really early on, comparatively.
Yeah.
It's at, like, rank 6 or 7. I half felt I was going to have to change another person's heart. And that would have been pretty...
That would have been interesting. You have to change the heart of, like, the guy that was holding him up with a knife, too. Yeah.
While he was holding you up with a knife.
He's like, just beep, metaverse. Like, just stand still, dude.
You just, you're like, excuse you for 1 second.
I'll be back in an hour.
Then you just leave. Come back. Everything good over here? Did he have a change of heart in time? But nah, it's a Confidant that resolves itself early. The main issue resolves itself early, and then you have this non-issue of Kaoru. I think it's the conclusion that really hurts it for me. is that it ends on Kaoru, who is nothing. He doesn't have a personality enough to like be upset about this.
I mean, it's still like a cute and touching kind of message, even if the kid is kind of boring. Like, it's more about Iwai than it is the kid necessarily.
Yeah, I feel like if there was a bit more hesitation there, and if it wasn't just the gecko means family, then he would have had a much better confidant. But as it stands, I can't look at the fucking gecko and be like, yeah, sure, I accept this ending.
I don't know, I liked it. Like, it's got weird little quirks about it and like writing that's kind of like, what's going on here? But I think it's good. I like Iwai as a character decently enough.
I do like how violent the confidant is. Like, not as far as violence happening, because, like, as far as that goes, Ryuji wins by nature of people getting the shit beaten out of each other. And you watching. But this has a lot higher stakes than other confidants.
Yeah, that's something that I find Persona 5 does a lot more than, like, Persona 3, and especially 4, is that the stakes in a lot of these just feel higher. Like, Kawakami's whole thing is, my life will be literally ruined, and I'll have to do, like, weird sex stuff just to keep myself afloat. And in Persona 4, it would be like, I don't want to run the inn. Like, okay, you fucking baby.
Naoto's has actually no stakes, and I kind of like
that.
that.
It's all just a stupid game. Yeah, I like that. That's fun.
But yeah, Iwai's just takes stakes up, like, way too much sometimes. Like, you are put in, like, a life-threatening situation twice. Iwai trying to end the cycle of shit parents leading children to join the Yakuza is nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that message of, like, trying to forget the past and, like, make up for your mistakes so that your kid doesn't end up repeating them. Yeah. I think that's a good message.
We usually see this from, like, the kid's perspective, but this is the time where you get to see it from, like, the dad. I don't know about you, but I like how they reveal he knew we were Phantom Thieves all along. Yeah,
I like his, like, reveal that he knows a lot, because it's kind of subtle. He just kind of implies that you're, like, in the Phantom Thieves, but he knows. He's like, man, the idea that the Phantom Thieves are using my real fake guns to, like, disperse justice is pretty cool.
It's a lot more silent and a lot more, like, yeah, at the end. It's a nice...
Yeah, you want to give him, like, a little high five, like, yeah, dude.
I don't would he do high fives? I don't think he would do.
He'd do, like, a little fist bump.
Yeah. Confidant, I'd say, alright story. Hindered by the side characters, but the key character is a real, like, 9 out of 10 character.
I liked it a lot. I agree with you that a lot of it's got, like, kind of weird, well, not a lot of it, but there's a little bit of weird kind of, like, writing shit going on, and, like, Kaoru's really dull, but I enjoyed it a lot, so I will give it a good.
Mm-hmm. I will also give it a good as far as the confidant goes.
Nice.
But there's another thing we need to take into consideration here, and that's the confidant ability of gun modding.
Yeah, gun modding is the sickest thing ever that I barely use.
I hardly noticed it. Like, what can you do with gun mods again?
You can do different shit. I think you can do, like, make gun more powerful and, like, do different types of ammo and, like, your aim gets better. Just, like, different statistical upgrades for the guns.
Yeah, but I hardly use guns to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. That's part of the problem, is that, like, everybody always has access to gun skills, assuming you don't run out of ammo. Mm-hmm. So I guess there's kind of less point in being like, yeah, let me make these gun skills, like, this gun the best ever. Especially because gun skills are just, like, a thing.
I feel that the existence of Oda's Confidant kind of hurts the incentive to do Iwai's Confidant.
Like, it would be weird to get, like, gun modification stuff from Shinya as well, but I feel like they're similar enough to where they could have kind of been lumped together into one, like, gun upgrade sort of confidant. Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get too much mileage out of EYs.
Yeah, like, they're cool. The idea of customizing your guns is always neat, but not the best.
It's not,
like,
something
practicality wise.
Not something you notice as much in a turn-based RPG like Persona.
Yeah.